Welcome to Serving with Success, Community Eligibility Provision. In this module, participants will learn the intent, benefits, and requirements for implementing the Community Eligibility Provision. The Community Eligibility Provision, or CEP, allows local education agencies in high-poverty areas to offer free school breakfast and lunch to all students. The Community Eligibility Provision is intended to improve access to free school meals in eligible high-poverty LEAs and schools, and to eliminate the administrative burden of collecting household applications. The benefit of implementing the CEP are free lunches and breakfasts served to all students, reduced paperwork for households and school food service because no household applications are collected and processed, no verification of applications is required, and there is reduced chance of overt identification. Eligibility criteria as of July 1, 2014. The LEA's application to participate in the CEP must be submitted by June 30th. Meal costs in excess of the total federal reimbursement must be covered by non-federal sources. Residential child care institutions may not participate. Schools/LEAs must have a minimum percentage of 40% of identified students in the school year as of April 1st prior to implementing the CEP. The identified students does not include students who are categorically eligible based on submission of a free and reduced-priced application. Schools/LEAs must serve free lunches and breakfasts to all students during the 4-year CEP cycle. Household applications for free and reduced-price meals may not be collected while participating in the CEP. An entire LEA may participate in the CEP, or schools may participate selectively, depending on the eligibility of individual schools and financial considerations based on the anticipated level of federal reimbursement. Schools should consider sources of non-federal support to cover meal costs in excess of the federal reimbursement. Schools in LEAs not participating in the CEP must follow normal counting and claiming procedures, including free and reduced price applications, verification, etc.
Not every local education agency is eligible to participate in community eligibility provision. You must have an identified student percentage of at least 40% to participate in the community eligibility provision.
Identified students are those students certified for free meals without an application, not subject to verification. This includes students directly certified through SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR, including those students with extended eligibility. Homeless students on the liaison list, migrants, runaways, and non-applicants approved by local officials, foster children certified through means other than an application, and income-eligible Head Start and Pre-K Even Start. The identified students can be determined using individual schools, a group of schools, or the entire LEA. An eligible school or group of schools must have a combined identified student percentage of at least 40%.
The identified student percentage is the determining factor for community eligibility provision participation. This can be determined by individual schools. You can group schools together to see if you can get over the 40%, or your entire district could be eligible.
To determine the identified student percentage, divide the number of identified students by the total number of enrolled students with access to either breakfast or lunch daily. Multiply the result by 100. To obtain the CEP claiming percentages, multiply the identified student percentage by a factor of 1.6 to determine the percentage of meals reimbursed in the free category. The remaining percentage of total meals is reimbursed at the paid rate. The 1.6 multiplier is intended to provide an estimate of the total number of students eligible for free and reduced price meals in eligible schools, groups of schools, or LEAs. USDA FNS is permitted to adjust the multiplier between 1.3 and 1.6. In this example, divide 50 identified students by 100 enrolled students for an answer of 0.5, or an identified student percentage of 50%. Multiply 50% by the 1.6 multiplying factor to calculate a free claiming percentage of 80%. Subtract the free claiming percentage of 80% from the 100% total for a paid claiming percentage of 20%. If 1,500 meals are served in 1 month, the free claiming percentage of 80% of that total equals 1,200 meals reimbursed at the free rate. And the paid claiming percentage of 20% equals 300 meals reimbursed at the paid rate.
And you do not get to claim all your meals in the free category. You take your identified student percentage times that factor, like 1.6, and whatever that number is, let's say it's 80%, you claim 80% of your total meals at the free rate for reimbursement, and then the remaining 20% at the paid rate for reimbursement. That seems to be the biggest misconception, thinking that all meals are claimed at the free rate, and they're not.
In this example, there are 580 identified students in a total enrollment of 1,000, yielding an identified student percentage of 58%. Multiply the 58% by the 1.6 multiplying factor for a free claiming percentage of 92.8%, which leaves a paid claiming percentage of 7.2. If 1,500 meals are served in 1 month, the free claiming percentage of 92.8% equals 1,392 meals reimbursed at the free rate, and the paid claiming percentage of 7.2% equals 108 meals reimbursed at the paid rate. Using the 1.6 multiplying factor, an identified student percentage of 62.5% or higher will result in a free claiming percentage of 100%. LEAs participating in CEP do not have to complete the verification process, but must complete the necessary component of the verification report. Section 3-2 of the report requests the students directly certified through SNAP. Also include extended categorical eligibility students. Section 3-3 of the report requests the students directly certified through other programs such as TANF, FDPIR, those documented as homeless, migrant, runaway, foster, Head Start, Pre-K, Even Start, or non-applicant approved by the LEA. These numbers should be as of the last operating day in October. The notification timeline for the community eligibility provision. April 1st, the state agency notifies LEAs of district-wide status and provides guidance and information. April 15th, submit school-level information indicating the identified student percentage to the state agency. May 1st, the state agency will publish a list of LEAs and schools on the DESE FNS website. The state agency will provide the list of LEAs and schools to USDA Food and Nutrition Service for publication on their website. LEAs are required to enter enrollment data for the CEP in April using DESE web apps. The deadline for application to participate has been extended to August 31st, 2016. Please check this date each year. It is subject to change. Complete the required information using DESE web apps. Instructions can be found on the DESE website under Community Eligible Provision.
Anybody who is interested in doing this, to make sure they use the tools on our website to financially make sure that this is going to work for them. That's another important factor.
During the second, third, and fourth years, the LEA/school may use the higher identified student percentage from either the immediately preceding school year or the year prior to the first year of CEP participation. This would be your initial identified student percentage. In Missouri, LEAs are strongly encouraged to conduct direct certification. Further guidance is available from MoDESE Food and Nutrition Services. To begin a new 4-year cycle, a new identified student percentage must be established as of April 1st of the 4th year. If, in the 4th year, the identified student percentage is less than 40% but more than 30%, the LEA may elect to participate for an additional grace year. LEAs that do not meet the 30% threshold must return to normal counting and claiming procedures the following school year. The school's free claiming percentage will be used to determine school eligibility for Title I and other programs such as the Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program, Child and Adult Care Feeding Program, Seamless Summer Option, and After-School Care Program. Household applications are not required. Other uses of the free claiming percentage. Any LEA seeking to obtain socioeconomic data from students would be required to develop, conduct, and fund such effort totally separate from the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program. LEAs must be able to determine that a student is served a reimbursable meal at the point of service. Acceptable point of service counts include tally sheets, student rosters, and computerized systems. The LEA should plan for issues surrounding the absence of eligibility data, implement the provision in a way that results in full student participation, Publicize that free meals will be offered. This may result in greater participation and higher levels of reimbursement. Consider participating as individual schools, groups of schools, or as an entire LEA. Consider the resources necessary to support program costs that exceed the anticipated level of federal reimbursement. LEAs and schools must retain records used to develop the identified student percentage, including records for the initial approval year and any year the ISP is updated, during the entire period the special provision option is in effect, including all extensions. All documentation must be retained for 3 years after submission of the final claim for reimbursement for the last fiscal year of the CEP. Now that you have finished the module Community Eligibility Provision, complete the following brief quiz.